All right, Shalom Israel. I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to YAHAWAH, Ba'ashim Yahawashi, the B'wanas to the apostles and elders, great millstone, and Shalom to Lek out there, doing this work of faith, a labor of love, and true sincerity. All right, I just want to get into a short little series, Lord willing, basically entitled Christianity for Dummies 101. Since the spirit real heavy, right now on this whole Christianity thing, and it's pretty much like an all-out war, in the terms of Apostle Bar, on Christianity, dealing with everything with, Gino, Vocab Malone, G-Man, what I'm saying, trying to debate, and all this whole other stuff, and just, the world of Christianity in general, and to show them constantly, how void of understanding they actually are, and their beliefs is all coming unto naught, because we are the chosen men of Yahawashi that's proclaiming the truth throughout the four corners of the earth, but why can't these people see it? Because the Lord have blinded them, as the scriptures say. But it's a beautiful thing, for the Lord to actually open up our eyes and to see, the ways in which we were living in, how they were all in error, how all of our thought patterns were in error, and just this way of the world and how the world standard is just all in error, And so like I said, this is Christianity for Dummies 101. Whom do you serve? But I'm gonna start off with Romans 11 and 7. What then? Israel have not obtained that which he seeketh for, but the election have obtained it, and the rest were blinded. According as it is written, the Most High have given them the spirit of slumber, eyes that they should not see, and ears that they should not hear, unto this day. And David saith, let their table be made a snare, and a trap, and a stumbling block, and a recompense unto them. Let their eyes be darkened, that they may not see, and bow down their back always. Okay, so this is exactly, what it is. But as I said, the Most High have waken us up from that slumber, from that sleep in which we're in, which we're in a very, for lack of a better term, a blessed position, to have received the mercy of Yahawashi for our eyes actually to be open, to this knowledge, to this truth, to this wisdom, in which the rest of the world doesn't have. So, to all you Christians, so-called Christians out there, because, I don't really like using the term, but, we are the true Christians, if you will, the true followers of the anointed, which is Yahawashi, okay, the Lord of Lords, man, the Heavenly Father's Son. Okay, we are the true Christians, if you will. All these other peoples in the Methodist, Baptist, Protestant, Lutherans, Catholics, they're not the so-called, true Christians. They're not the true believers, because you got to know who you serve in order to be a true believer of the Lord. Just how, like Yahawashi told the woman at the well, okay? Slack in 1 second. Yeah. This is John, the book of John, chapter 4, verse, where I want to start. I'll just hit the point. I'll start at verse 21. Yahawashi saith unto her, Woman, believe me, the hour cometh when ye shall neither in this mountain nor yet at Jerusalem worship the Father. Ye worship, ye know not what. We know what we worship, for salvation is of the Jews. Okay, but the hour cometh, and now is, when the true worshipers, okay, the true Christians, if you will, for lack of a better term, so you Christianity thumpers can get an understanding, the true Christians, the followers of the anointed, starting off with a great millstone, okay? And those that know that they're Israelites holding the right doctrine, holding the keys to the kingdom, which is the faith in the name, Yahawah and Yahawashi, okay, the true worshipers. But the hour cometh, and now is, okay, because now is the time when the true worshipers shall worship the Father in spirit and in truth, okay, in spirit and in truth, okay. What is the spirit of the Lord? Okay, what is the truth for the Lord? These scriptures, man. Okay. And Yahawashi said what? That I come in the volume of the book. I am the truth, the way, and the life, man. Okay. The spirit is these words of Yahawashi that he left unto us to proclaim for us to come back into our true nationality, and for us to proclaim to the rest of our brothers out there who they really are, so that they can wake up and to proclaim judgment unto the other nations for all the heinous crimes that they've been committing against us and atrocities for centuries down the line, man. First and foremost with Esau, the so-called white man, who was the devil that the Bible speaks of, okay? Yeah, so it says, but the hour cometh, and now is, when the true worshipers shall worship the Father in spirit and in truth. For the Father seeketh such to worship him, okay? The Most High is a spirit, and they that worship him must worship him in spirit and in truth. And to worship the Lord in spirit and in truth, that's giving him your all, okay? That's being real with yourself. That's being real with the Lord. That's being real with the brotherhood, man. Giving your spirit over unto the Lord and removing your mind from the ways of this world. That's giving your spirit unto the Lord. That's worshiping the Lord in spirit and in truth, man. But you people in these Christianity doctrines, y'all don't understand that, man. That's why y'all believe y'all can still go out, eat shrimp, pork, crab, and lobster, sleep with the neighbor's wife, get the monetary riches of this world, and you good. And you living it up in the prosperity doctrine. That's not worshiping the Lord in spirit and in truth. That's not trusting in the Lord how you should, man. Brothers make livings, brothers do what they got to do, brothers got businesses, so on and so forth. But at the end of the day, we depend on his faith. These words of Yahawashi to deliver us. The riches of this world cannot deliver us, man. Okay? This is how you know who you're really worshiping. This is one characteristic of how you know who you're really worshiping, because, the people of this world, all they know is money. They proclaim the Lord, they profess they know the Lord, but their lips, they do honor him, but with their deeds, they lack, man, But real quick, I wanted to grab, I believe it's Psalms. Yeah, that's the spirit. Yeah, landed right on it. This is the book of Psalms 49 and 6. They that trust in their wealth, okay, and boast themselves in the multitude of their riches, none of them can by any means redeem his brother, nor give to the Most High a ransom for him. For the redemption of their soul is precious, and it ceaseth forever. Okay? So, people that's looking up, to this money to deliver them and things like that, what is that to the Most High? Living it up in the prosperity doctrine, what is that to the Most High? That's nothing to the Most High, man. What matters unto the Most High is your sincerity towards his word, to you actually doing, his will, man, which is this work, following his words and his guidelines to the best of your ability, man. And none of these people that's in these Christianity doctrines, they're not doing that. They're not celebrating the high holy days. Okay? They're not removing their kids from the structure of the world mentally, man. They're not doing those type of things. They're not telling their children about Yahawashi. They're continuously letting their kids celebrate this wicked ass Halloween, this Christmas, this Thanksgiving. They're not enlightening their kids. They're not even enlightening themselves about these things. And it's clearly here in these scriptures. But they proclaim to know the word so well. Okay? But they skip around the things that are most pertinent to the Lord. And that pertains to us as Israelites, man. These laws, statutes, and commandments, and these high holy days, and the customs, the rites, and rituals that we hold that are near and dear to us. Because the Lord gave this to us for an inheritance, man. This is our heritage. The guidelines of this book, this holy book, this is our heritage. And now people don't even want to follow that. They'd rather follow the ways of the so-called white man. So in turn, that's who they really serving. They're serving the so-called white man. Okay? And they're serving Cesare Borgia. That's who they really serving. All right? So real quick, this is the book of 2 Corinthians 11:4. For if he that cometh preacheth another, I'm reading verbatim. For if he that cometh preacheth another Jesus, whom we have not preached, or if ye receive another spirit, which ye have not received, or another gospel, which ye have not accepted, ye might well bear with him. Okay, so what? They're preaching another Yahawashi. You know? In all actuality, they're preaching Cesare Borgia. They're not preaching Yahawashi, might I say, to correct myself. You know? They're not preaching the Heavenly Father, Son of these Holy Scriptures. What they're preaching is the image of a man that was made during the 1400s, man. Okay? A so-called white man, an Edomite. The Lord's enemies, our enemies, man. That's who they're serving. Okay? I read this again. It says, for if he that cometh preacheth another Lord whom ye have not preached. Okay? Because we don't, on the highways and byways, we have Cesare Borgia down on the floor. And we bring out the history so that people can know who he really is. So people can know that their moms, their grandmoms, their aunts that's been having that image, you know, up in their houses, their walls, their churches for however long is the wrong image, man. And that's not the likeness of the Lord, not even in the least bit. And giving them the full spectrum of the truth about this thing, man, you know. Or if ye receive another spirit, what do they have in them churches? They getting the shakes and the shivers. That's another spirit, man. That's a whole nother spirit. You know, that's not of Yahawashi. When brothers get in the spirit, man, brothers ain't, brothers ain't doing that, man. When brothers get in the spirit, you can see when the brother's in the spirit, man. Because he's just speaking and he's just flowing. And you can just tell that's Yahawashi working through him because the brother ain't even thinking. The scriptures is just rolling. Brothers is coming with precepts and it's just rolling. That's the spirit of Yahawashi. Okay? But that spirit that them people up in the church got, man, that's Beelzebub, man. That's what that is. You know? That's another Lord. So I ask you, Christianity thumpers, whom do you serve, man? Whom do you serve? Do you really know the power of the Bible? Do you really know the Heavenly Father's Son? Do you? Do you know who the Son came to die for? According to Acts, the 5th chapter, the 30th and the 31st verse. Are you serving man or are you serving the Most High? Who are you serving? Because you clearly serving another Lord. That's not the Lord of the Bible. You serving the Lord of this world. Okay? Or if ye receive another spirit, which ye have not received, or another gospel, okay? They preaching another gospel. That ain't the good news what they preaching, man. They preaching the news of now. That if you give all your tithe money up, you can sow your triple seed blessing. You know? I remember from before, you know, before coming into the truth, you know, seeing them late night infomercials, you know, and them pass up there, sow your triple seed blessing. You know what I'm saying? People donating $1,000 and saying, I guarantee if you pledge $1,000, the Lord will bring that to you tenfold. And they got $1 million houses with houses on lakes and beaches and all that, man. Getting your money while you still poor living in the hood, man. You know? They got you focused on the wrong things. That's a whole nother gospel. That's prosperity doctrine, man. Gospel means good news. We come to bring the good tidings of the kingdom to you Israelites, you so-called black Hispanics and Native Americans, that you are the future rulers of this planet Earth, man, and of the worlds that are to come, that the Lord, Yahawashi himself, is preparing in the heaven for us as we speak, man. That's the good news. That's the good tidings that we bring into our people through the spirit of Yahawashi. Okay? So truly think about that. Look into your history. Do some studying, you know, and ask yourself, who do you really serve? Okay, so, you know, I just want to get into this quick segment, you know, for the intro, Lord willing, to this little series, Christianity for Dummies 101. So this is the episode, Whom Do You Serve? Okay, so I hope this short segment was edifying. And I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to YAHAWAH, Ba'ashim Yahawashi, double wonders to the apostles and the elders, great millstone, and shalom to Lek out there, doing this work of faith, labor, love, and true sincerity. Shalom.